breaking news from the world of Hollywood. After 8 long years together, it's official. Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin have called it quits. And according to sources close to the couple, this time, it feels final. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let us know in the comments. Do you think this breakup is forever? Or is there still a chance for reconciliation between Dakota and Chris? Yes, this isn't just another rumor. Multiple insiders have confirmed that Dakota and Chris have been living separate lives for weeks. No public outings, no red carpet moments, not even subtle social media gestures that used to send fans into a frenzy. For a couple that managed to stay private yet affectionate, their silence has spoken volumes. For years, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin were considered one of Hollywood's most grounded and low-key power couples. She, the enigmatic star of 50 Shades of Grey and Madam Web. He, the soulful frontman of Coldplay, one of the biggest bands on the planet. Together, they were the definition of balance. Artistic, reserved, yet deeply in sync. But recently, things began to shift. In the past few months, Dakota has been spotted alone in Los Angeles. No Chris, no engagement ring, and a noticeable absence of that familiar glow she often carried when speaking about him. Paparazzi captured her at restaurants with friends, her expression calm but distant. Meanwhile, Chris Martin was seen traveling frequently, focusing on his world tour and spending more time with his children from his previous marriage to Gwyneth Paltrow. According to People magazine, the pair had been working through things since early this year. But as one insider put it, they love each other deeply, but sometimes love just isn't enough. Their demanding schedules, long stretches apart, and different priorities seem to have slowly eroded what once felt unbreakable. Dakota, now in her mid-30s, has been focusing on her own growth, both professionally and personally. She's juggling new projects, her production company, and an upcoming indie film that's gaining major buzz. Chris, on the other hand, has been channeling his emotions into his music, often performing with a level of vulnerability that fans haven't seen in years. And then came the moment that confirmed everyone's suspicions. During Coldplay's latest concert in Buenos Aires, fans noticed Dakota's absence. For years, she was a familiar face in the VIP section, cheering him on quietly. But this time, her seat was empty. That's when the whispers began to grow louder. A source close to the pair revealed they decided to take some space before the tour began. There wasn't a big fight. It was more of a realization that they were moving in different directions. Still, there's a twist that's keeping fans on edge. Just days before the breakup news hit headlines, Chris Martin was reportedly spotted in Los Angeles late at night. One insider claims he was seen entering Dakota's house and leaving several hours later. Was it a final goodbye? Or a last attempt to mend what's left of their love? For 8 years, their relationship survived the chaos of fame. From Malibu getaways to cozy moments caught by paparazzi, their love story seemed to stand above Hollywood's fleeting romances. In interviews, Chris once described Dakota as a calm in the storm, while Dakota referred to Chris as home. But sometimes, even the calmest seas eventually drift apart. According to The Sun, the breakup was mutual and peaceful. There was no drama, no shouting matches. They just realized they were growing into different versions of themselves, said one source. They'll always care for each other, but it's time for both to move forward. For fans, the news hits hard. Over nearly a decade, Dakota and Chris represented something rare in Hollywood: authenticity. They managed to keep their romance grounded while living under constant scrutiny. They weren't performative. They didn't chase attention. And maybe that's why their split feels so heartbreakingly real. Dakota has been seen focusing on her wellness, spending quiet days by the beach in Malibu, surrounded by friends. Chris, meanwhile, continues performing on stage, his voice carrying a new sense of emotion, especially when singing Fix You, a song that suddenly feels heavier, more personal, and yet, despite everything, some fans refuse to give up hope. After all, Dakota and Chris have broken up and reconciled before. Could this be another temporary pause before a comeback? Or has the curtain really fallen this time? Even if they're apart, said one fan on social media, they'll always have that bond. You can't fake the kind of love they had. Maybe that's true. Maybe theirs is the kind of connection that lingers quietly, even when the spotlight fades. Hollywood has seen countless love stories come and go, but Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin stands out as one of the most heartfelt. They didn't need to flaunt it. They just lived it. And now, as they go their separate ways, their story remains beautiful, quiet, and human. One source summed it up perfectly. It wasn't a breakup out of anger. It was two people who genuinely loved each other realizing that their paths have changed. So, while the world might mourn the end of this beloved couple, maybe it's not really an ending, just the beginning of two new journeys. If you still believe Dakota and Chris will find their way back to each other, leave a comment below saying, Dakota and Chris forever. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video so more people can stay updated with the latest from Hollywood's most talked about love stories. Because in the end, even when love fades, some songs never truly end. In the days following the shocking news, fans around the world have been dissecting every detail, every photo, every cryptic post, every interview clip that might reveal what truly went wrong between Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin. Because for a couple who always seemed so private, so united, it's hard for anyone to accept that this might really be the end. Social media lit up instantly after the first reports broke. Hashtags like hashtag Dakota and Chris, hashtag Coldplay love story, and hashtag Heartbreak in Hollywood began trending within hours. Fans posted montages of their sweetest moments, those cozy walks through Malibu, their quiet date nights, and Dakota standing backstage, smiling proudly as Chris performed to sold-out arenas. It was the kind of love story that made people believe in something genuine, something beyond the surface of celebrity life. But as the dust began to settle, sources started revealing what had been happening behind the scenes. One insider close to Dakota said, "She's been struggling for a while. The distance wasn't just physical, it was emotional. She's a very private person, and while Chris respected that, their lives were running on different rhythms." Another source hinted that the intensity of Chris's world tour played a role. "He's been on the road constantly," they explained. "It's hard to keep a relationship alive when you're in different time zones for months on end." They tried FaceTime calls, surprise visits, but after a while, it starts to wear you down. Meanwhile, friends of Chris Martin have shared that the singer is heartbroken but at peace. According to them, Chris still considers Dakota one of the most important people in his life, and there's no bad blood between them. He'll always love her, one source said softly. But sometimes love changes shape. It becomes something quieter. And perhaps that's the most bittersweet part of all. This breakup doesn't come from betrayal or scandal, but from the simple, painful truth that two good people can outgrow each other. Still, not everyone is convinced this is the end. Some fans believe the pair might rekindle their romance once the noise fades and the spotlight dims. They point out that Chris and Dakota have weathered storms before, rumors of breakups, long separations, and conflicting schedules. Each time, they found their way back. Could this just be another pause in their unpredictable love story? Adding fuel to the speculation, eagle-eyed fans noticed something unusual. Just days after the breakup reports went viral, Dakota was spotted wearing what appeared to be a Coldplay tour hoodie while leaving a coffee shop in Los Angeles. Was it just coincidence? Or could it be a quiet sign that there's still affection between them? At the same time, Chris performed in Sao Paulo, where fans swore he got emotional while singing The Scientist. One moment in particular went viral. Chris's voice cracked as he sang the line, "Nobody said it was easy." Cameras caught him closing his eyes, taking a deep breath before continuing the song with tears in his eyes. It didn't take long before the internet connected the dots. Chris was singing for Dakota, but amid all the speculation, Dakota has remained composed. Insiders say she's throwing herself into work, staying grounded with close friends and family. Dakota isn't the type to make a public scene, one source shared. She believes in healing privately. She's sad, yes, but she's also strong. She's focusing on growth and self-discovery. Chris, on the other hand, seems to be channeling his emotions into creativity. Coldplay's team has reportedly been working on new material during the tour, and rumors are swirling that one of the songs might be inspired by the breakup. If true, it wouldn't be the first time Chris has turned Heartbreak into timeless art. After all, Ghost Stories was born from the ashes of his divorce from Gwyneth Paltrow, a record that captured pain and hope in perfect balance. Industry insiders are already calling this moment a new chapter for both stars. Dakota's upcoming film projects are gaining buzz, and she's being praised for her raw, emotional performances. Meanwhile, Chris continues to inspire millions through his music, reminding fans that vulnerability is strength. Despite their separation, both seem to carry an unspoken respect for each other. There are no bitter interviews, no unfollowing sprees, no deleted photos. Just quiet dignity, a rare thing in Hollywood, and maybe that's why people can't stop talking about them. Their story feels real. Two people who loved each other deeply, who built something authentic, and who now must face the painful reality that love doesn't always mean forever. But even if their romantic chapter has closed, the legacy of what they shared continues to live on. Every song Chris sings, every performance Dakota gives, it's as if traces of their connection still linger, reminding the world that true love doesn't disappear. It transforms as one fan perfectly wrote online. They didn't fail. They grew. And sometimes growth means letting go. Maybe, years from now, they'll cross paths again. Maybe the timing will be right. Or maybe this really was the end of a beautiful era. Whatever the case, both Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin have left an imprint, not just on each other's lives, but on everyone who's ever believed that, even in Hollywood, love can be genuine. And as the lights dim on this chapter, fans around the world can't help but hold their breath, wondering, will there ever be an encore?